station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead here on DC News Now at 10, 4 Korean-owned businesses have been destroyed in a fire. What investigators are saying tonight and the reaction from the community. Plus, regulators are trying to prevent a domino effect following the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, the efforts to address those growing concerns. And the Howard University men's basketball team returns to the district as they prepare to make history in the NCAA tournament. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10. I'm Annalisa Gale. But first, meteorologist Scott Sumner joins us with a look ahead at your work week and some winter weather advisories.
Yeah, we do have those out towards the mountains, Annalisa, but locally here in the district and elsewhere surrounding the district, it's just some wet roadways. On and off, light rain and some mist and drizzle being seen across the region, making more of a nuisance than anything else across the area. As we go to the graphics, you'll be able to see quite nicely, first off, our winter alerts. Overnight tonight, we do have some snow showers across the area. Those snow showers are in parts of, say, Washington County, around just east of Hagerstown, and then out to the west, even further across, say, Garrett County and Allegheny County, shaded in purple. That's where the freezing rain and snow showers look to be as we go throughout the overnight time frame. This winter weather alert will end, unless it's extended, but it will end right now at 6 o'clock in the morning. So again, if you have an early ride into work, please be careful, especially where you're under those winter weather advisories. And we'll have more details here in the Weather Center coming up with what to expect for tomorrow and beyond with my 7-day forecast.
Scott, well, breaking tonight in the district, a shooting investigation is underway on 11th Street in Southeast. It was reported by police just after 9 p.m. We're told a representative from the police department will provide an update to the community tonight. A shooting investigation is also underway in the 1600 block of Benning Road in Northeast. That's where a man was found with a gunshot wound around 2:45 this afternoon. He is expected to be okay so far. No arrests have been made there. Developing now in Fairfax County, investigators are still trying to figure out what led to a fire that destroyed 4 Korean-owned businesses. Dave Laval has a look at the impact that this destruction is having in the community.
I'm in disbelief. We used to work here about 2 years ago.
Stephanie Blanco and her friend, who only identified herself as Wendy, look at the remains of the Bonchon restaurant. Fire destroyed it early Sunday morning.
Regular people came here often, so it's just, we're in disbelief. It's not just Bonchon, it's all the surrounding restaurants. It's crazy.
The restaurant is among the 4 businesses consumed by the flames. Also gone, the Two Sock Chip restaurant, JJ Hair Salon, and Hand Me Post Delivery. Fire investigators say a passerby noticed smoke from one of the businesses around 7 o'clock. That, said Captain Charles Cunningham, is one of the factors that aided firefighters.
The fact that he found it so early in the fire, the fact that the fire station was literally half block away, there was no traffic on the road, so everything was in our favor this morning.
Cunningham said it does not appear someone deliberately set the fire.
It's overwhelming, just my jaw dropping down,
James Shen is the president of the U.S. Korean Association of Washington and a frequent guest at Two Sock Chip.
Very small, and it's small, but a lot of people in and out. It's so busy. You have to wait for normally waiting in line an hour.
The 4 Korean-owned businesses will be missed.
Especially this place has been a long time and run a lot of business, basically this area.
Investigators told us none of the businesses had sprinklers or fire alarms in them. They believe those were not needed when the buildings were originally built. No injuries were reported. The Office of the Fire Marshal of Fairfax County will lead the investigation into finding out what sparked this devastating fire. In Annandale, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Now to Maryland, where deputies were called to a reported armed robbery in the Frederick Crossing Shopping Center after 2:30 in the afternoon. According to the Frederick County Sheriff's Department, a suspect went into Ulta and released pepper spray. This prompted an evacuation and multiple people were exposed while one person was treated on the scene. We aren't sure right now, though we were told there were no arrests so far. The store closed for the remainder of the day. Former Vice President Mike Pence is making headlines for his comments about his former teammate, former President Donald Trump. Our Lex Juarez has the latest on his criticism over the handling of the January 6th insurrection.
Pence made these comments at Saturday night's annual White Tie Gridiron Dinner here in Washington. That's an event for politicians and journalists. The former vice president said, quote, "I had no right to overturn the election, and his reckless words endangered my family." Pence's critique seemed to represent a widened rift in the Republican Party as the debate continues over how to view the attack on the Capitol. It also was the sharpest yet from the once loyal VP, who has often shied away from confronting his former boss. And in addition to this, Pence also called out Trump's legacy post-presidency, saying, quote, "I know history will hold Donald Trump accountable." Well, this all comes as Trump and Pence prepare to battle over the Republican nomination in next year's election. In the studio, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
This week, the Maryland House voted to enshrine the right to abortion in the state's constitution. The amendment is also advancing in the state Senate. The vote marks one of several steps lawmakers are taking to protect abortion rights since the overturning of Roe v. Wade last year. If passed in the General Assembly, voters would have a say on the ballot next November. And an update now on a cold case in Anne Arundel County. Police have identified a suspect in a 1970 homicide case. The family of 16-year-old Pamela Conyers has been seeking justice since October of 1970 when she went to a mall and never came back. Her body was found near Mountain Road and Route 100 in Anne Arundel County 4 days later. Police say she was strangled to death. New technology helped them to identify Forrest Williams as the suspect.
To the family and loved ones of Pamela, we hope that today's announcement brings at least some degree of comfort and peace in finally learning who was responsible for her murder. Pamela was never forgotten, nor will she ever be forgotten.
Williams was living in Salem, Virginia when he died in 2018. If he were alive today, police say he would have been charged with her murder. Well, this just in California, at least 8 people have been killed after 2 boats capsized near a shore in San Diego. Authorities are calling it one of the deadliest maritime human smuggling operations in the region. Our sister station KSWB has the latest.
Under the cover of night and fog, authorities say at least 2 Ponga smuggling boats were attempting to bring people across the border. But when one of those boats capsized in the rough, treacherous, and famous waters just outside of Black's Beach, a call for help came in from a woman who was speaking Spanish, reporting the desperate situation. Lifeguards say the woman reported 8 people were in the water and another 15 were in another boat still floating. That boat found later capsized.
Condolences to the family and those smuggling. This is the one of the worst maritime smuggling tragedies that I can think of in California, certainly here in the city of San Diego.
This is not necessarily people trying to find a better life. This is part of a transnational criminal organization effort to smuggle people into the United States. These people are often labor trafficked and sex trafficked when they arrive.
Authorities say as they arrived, they found no one alive, with the question remaining how many people made it to safety and how many haven't been found. Water temperatures have been in the mid-50s, making survival in such cold water overnight highly unlikely.
Well, we lost an hour of sleep today, but could this tradition change? Earlier this month, the Sunshine Protection Act of 2023 was introduced in the Senate. If passed, we will not fall back this November. Our Jimmy Alexander hit the streets of Annapolis, Maryland to find out what people thought about this proposal.
You know, you do not like springing forward.
No.
Tell me why.
Because I like my sleep.
You want that extra hour.
I want that extra hour. Sometimes, you know, some things are just better left alone. If, you know, if we're going to spring back, then leave it that way. If we're going to spring forward, then leave it forward. I mean, sometimes, because it's confusing sometimes, Jimmy.
I work for the government, and even though I work at home, it's irritating that in another week I'm going to have to get up early or later, and see, I get confused about what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'd rather just know that tomorrow it's just going to be 5 o'clock when it's 5 o'clock.
This could be the time that we're going to have forever. How do you feel about it?
I'm fine with it.
Why do you like daylight saving times better?
more daylight. End of the day. This is just a longer day. I'd rather have a longer day.
Fall back. We have fall back. Get that extra hour sleep.
And how about you?
The same. It takes me a long time to adjust. So if we can keep it where it's just more daylight and not fall back, then that would be great. But otherwise, it just causes too much disruption in my schedule to keep going back and forth.
What is the hardest clock to change in your home or your life?
My vehicle.
My car.
Me too.
My Jeep. That's the hardest thing for me.
For 6 months, it's going to be wrong. Would you rather have it be lighter later all day, the spring forward, or would you rather it be fall back? With an
I like it forward.
And why is that?
Because I like being outside, so I like being out later.
Now, if you're the only person that you have to worry about falling back and springing forward, not a big deal. But when you have kids, it changes everything.
Everyone thinks 1 hour difference isn't a big deal. Well, those people that have young kids, turns out to be a very big deal. And then there's nothing worse than waking up in the dark and then driving back home in the dark.
And how about you? How do you feel?
Same. It throws the kids off. The entire routine is a mess for weeks. Steady is my preference.
Now, you're 9 and 10 years old. Would you like to fall back and just stay in bed later, or would you like it to be lighter later in the day?
Later during the day.
And how about you?
I would like to sleep in.
There's always got to be one person in the family who does agree.
Of course.
Yes, there's always that one person that wants the opposite of what everyone else does. That was cute. I like that. All right, I-270, I said Maryland 124 north here. See some wet pavement out there. Drivers are doing okay. No issues on the roads that I can see as we speak. But out towards the west, there was actually some snow, a little bit of snow earlier on. And in Oakland, Maryland, picking up nearly 1 inch of that snow. And Sprayerville, Virginia, picking up 0.02 of an inch, 0.2 of an inch, excuse me. And Trace, Chantilly, Cedar Hill, and Dulles, Virginia. So, yes, there has been a little bit of snow flurry activity. There's a little bit tonight as well up in Hagerstown in Washington County, Maryland. And most of it, though, has been in the form of a light rain and a couple of little snow showers, maybe along I-66 the further you go out towards Winchester and Woodstock and Luray. This is an area that has some roadways that are seeing a little bit of mixed precipitation and some light snow. The blue in the mountains, well, that represents the snow. Little bit of purple right there. Just south of Woodstock means a little icy road conditions, as we could have freezing temperatures and do have freezing temperatures in that particular area. As you see, Woodstock and Luray hovering either side of that freezing number. That's why there is some light freezing rain outside and far western portions of our viewing region. Now, tomorrow morning, have some light rain continue for the kids, 6 and 7 a.m. Some light rain showers there. And then in the afternoon, pretty much cloudy, although we will have some light rain winding down at that particular moment in time. Here is your general look from the morning to the midday to the afternoon, pretty much staying at least in D.C. in the 40s, although there'll be places that start out in the morning in the 30s and climb into the 40s across the area. What about some headlines for you? Well, after all this winter weather moves away and raw rain moves away, we'll have a windy Monday night and Tuesday, warming up late in the week, and rain returns once again at the end of the 7-day period. I'll have more details coming up. Annalisa.
All right, thanks, Scott. Well, still to come, Prince George's County schools are taking steps to go green. A look at their plans for electric buses. Plus, a look at those hidden fees you may be missing when you go out to eat and how long you can expect them to stick around. We'll be right back. This is a live look at 10:13 at the Capitol. You're watching DC News Now at 10.